Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health TV and radio show. I'm your host, Sara Banta. I'm a health coach, natural supplement expert, and a busy mom of three. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you're notified every week with my new podcasts on Mondays and Tuesdays. And if you haven't already, join my free group coaching on Telegram with the link below. There is no downside. I teach you on a daily basis with tips and tools to enhance your health, and you will be a part of a like-minded group to support you on your journey, in addition to truly taking control of your health. The protocols and supplements I discussed today are all found at sarabantahealth.com and that group coaching. Did you know that community is one of the top 5 things that extend your life? And this is a way to be a part of a community. Today, we have Dr. Tim Ramirez, a renowned total health and fitness guru. His unique brand of integrative physical and medicine through fitness, nutrition, and therapy has taken many beyond their wildest expectations to a portal of their own optimal well-being. Welcome, Tim. How are you today?
Excellent. How are you? Beautiful.
I am great. I love what you're all about because you are like me. It's like it comes from every way. It's not just diet. It's not just sleep. It's not just fitness. It's all of this biohacking and detoxing and nutrition and all of these factors. So I'm excited to dive deep into it. But you've been on the map doing this for a lot longer than most people. How did you become interested in detoxing and cleansing?
You know, it's all been about quality for life for me. So life is for the living, and every day you want to maximize every moment. Tomorrow's not a given. Yesterday's done. So all we really have is present time, and we want to maximize every second. And whether that's through upgrading cellularly or spiritually, or I love how you vibe with the community, like how you incorporate people and get them together, and the beauty and numbers of all of us kind of really striving to be our best selves in every way. That's truly like a gift that not too many people have, but everybody needs.
And it's something that sometimes everybody gets in this mode of comparing yourself to someone else in your field, or that competition mindset, where really there's room for all of us to just lift everybody up, and we're just cheering each other on. And that's what I love about the community, and where, troubleshooting and in the group coaching, you see the different clients ask their questions, but then cheer each other on, and everyone's at their own stage of their journey, right?
Everybody's bringing everyone else up.
Yes.
And it's truly a ladder we all need to climb. And if we have people at the base, people in the middle, people at the top. And if we're all going the same direction, we're all going to get to where we need to be on a personal level. And the beauty of it is the help of all others. Been doing this for almost 30 years, 25 years in school for 13 years. So, closer to 40 really. And it's more of a calling. It's more of like a purpose. There's nothing else I could have really done with my life and been as fulfilled or as purpose fulfilled. It started for me as a kid, growing up in the 80s, watching all the rebellion, watching all the craziness, and, being a participant in it, of course, but also kind of realizing like, wow, there's more to it than the party. There's more to it than, the cool kids or, the top athletes. There's so many factors that make us a complete human being. And I was seriously confused for several years through school. I went traditional medicine, alternative medicine, did some big stint in logic. So kind of try to tie it all together, pull the best out of all the worlds that I was in, and create a program to help each and every person to fit their personal blueprint on how they can be their optimal best.
And you were way ahead of the game. I feel like back then, most practitioners, whether it's functional or Western, were trying to fit everyone into this mold. And we've gone through the trends of the different diets and the low fat, and then the keto, and then the vegan, and the paleo, and all of these things. And what you have to realize is that everybody's different. What works for you may not work for me. There's all of these pieces to the puzzle that you might need a little bit more of this and a little bit less of that versus your other client. And that's why I love what your facility does, and it's all about. And when I go on your website, I'm looking at it going, oh, I do that, I do that, I do that. And all of these things that make me feel my best at the age of 47, that puts my 20-year-old self to shame because I didn't know anything back then, right? And so I wanted to start with, over your journey, what have you seen change in the world of detox and cleansing and health?
Let me answer that two ways. I've seen it change for the worse in the sense of convenience, right? I've seen people fall into that rabbit hole where it's fast, it's easy, it's quick, it's convenient. It's completely killing you from the inside out. And they think like, hey, this is my life. Not true. As you look at the other realm and you see the other route of being healthy and that evolution of like technology and science. And I mean, in America, and traditional American medicine is great. Best place ever. If I get shot on the corner, this is the best place I want to be in America. Crisis care, it's right here, it's right now. Healthcare, not so much. There's a few of us out there that really, if you come to me and you tell me you want to get healthy, I can help you. If I go to my general practitioner and I ask him, hey, doc, I want to get healthy. He'll look at me and he'll be, why are you here? What are you doing? What are you like? What? They don't have a plan or an answer for you to become healthy. They have a protocol to keep you well once you're sick, right? It's not healthcare. It's crisis care. So with the evolution of everything that's happened, all the trends, all the things you've discussed, it's gotten to a cellular level of biohacking. That's a big part of a cornerstone of some of the new technology that's out there. And everything from exercise with oxygen training to blood restriction, working out. I mean, there's all these different little tweaks that you have to be open to. You're not necessarily going to take them or use them, but you have to understand them. You have to be able to implement the ones that work and get rid of the ones that are not going to serve the body. And there is so much data, so much information, and so persuasive. There are so many great salesmen out there selling snake oil. And I'm a sucker. I'll buy everything. You can sell me anything 7 ways to Sunday. So you can hook me in the very first 10 seconds. I will run it down, put it through my own personal vice grips and just dissect it, pull it apart, see if it's applicable, see if it's got a reason and a purpose and a good outcome, good prognosis. And if it does, I'll incorporate it into my practice. I've been evolving this practice for over 25 years with
it's like you are the type that people want to seek out because you're open to change, you're open to evolve, you're open to new things. You're not stuck in what you've been doing a certain way for so many years. And the world's changing. The need is changing. So we have to change the prescriptions for whatever it is.
The more I know that I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the irony here. It's amazing how little you actually know when you think you've been doing this for 25 years and you sit there and you're like, wow, I have so much to learn every day. Have to.
So I want to dive into detoxing and cleansing.
Sure.
What happens to the body when someone's detoxing and cleansing? Because most people are afraid of that word. They don't want to. They're kind of scared of what's going to come out of them, how they're going to feel. What happens to the body when someone detoxes?
So depending on the level and how extreme you're going to be with it, that's going to be on how you're going to feel, right? The less extreme, the changes are going to take longer, but they're not going to be as intense. Basically, at a cellular level, if we were to break down our cells, there's one essential element in every cell called the mitochondria, and it's a powerhouse. It creates our energy. It makes the cell perform. It keeps our cell young. It keeps our cell active, and it keeps our cell alive. And if we don't take care of our bodies at a cellular level, at a mitochondrial level, then things break down, things degenerate, diseases step in, cancer begins. All these things, cascade effects, come through to weaken you. So when you're cleansing or detoxing, you're getting rid of all of the things that affect your inner machinery, the inner workings that make you who you are and how you function. It slowly peels back the onion to get to where it's fresh, clean, pure, strong, and gonna make you cry, right? It's the raw essence of who you are, and it's almost primal, but it's a beautiful thing because it brings you back full center to your natural state of your personal perfection, your best optimal self. The detoxing, as you get these free radicals and this oxidative stress and all these things coming around your body and beating you up from within, it kind of separates. And think of a maid coming into your house and you're a hoarder. You've got all this crap in your house. And the maid comes in, looks around and goes like, wow, we've got a lot of work to do. This is the detox. They're going to clean up everything, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty. They're going to just throw it away. So things are going to be coming out of you. You're going to feel terrible. Different avenues on different cleanses and different detoxes, of course. But with that house cleaning comes a brand new, highly functional, incredibly powerful cellular metabolism that's going to perform with mitogenesis. And as we talked about the mitochondria, that's increasing the strength and creating more cells, more powerhouses, taking your meat suit and making you your optimal strong beast self. Not best, beast.
I love that. And as you're talking about cleaning out house, I mean, I always just envision, okay, it's time to clean out my closet, and I pull everything down, and then I sit there in this pile of clothes going, oh my God, what did I just get myself into? But then you do the extra work and get it out, and you feel so good and you feel so clean. So I love your description of it gets almost worse before it gets better. But I feel like between you and me, we know different biohacks on how to make the process much easier, much more efficient, much more seamless, so that people can go through it with ease and it's not so scary.
Yes.
A lot of medical professors or professionals will say how bad detoxing is and we're not supposed to. Why are they saying this? And what is their reason to put this negative stigma around detoxing?
I must say it's that they just don't understand. And let's be honest, look at most docs. If they're the ones telling you how to be healthy, are they the example we want to live by? No way.
Right.
Most of them are overweight. They're overstressed. They're a mess, right? I mean, I went through the whole medical realm, and that's one of the reasons why I steered into the world I'm in the functional medicine and alternative medicine. Because when you're getting advice from someone who is simply quoting a book or simply stating, the facts that they knew 30 years ago, and they're living and dying by that sword, that's not the guy you want taking you to your next level. He or she is kind of stuck in a mindset, stuck in a time warp where things have evolved, things have changed. And unless you're going to embrace these changes and utilize these changes, you're really going to do yourself a disservice on multitude of levels, because being healthy is mind, body, spirit. I can get stressed in my body from my work. I can get stressed in my body from my food. I can get stressed in my body from my relationship. And all that clutter slows me down, ages me, makes me degenerate, makes me susceptible to disease. Or I can reroute and recalibrate and make myself the answer. The body, the best pharmacy is not at your local pavilions. The best pharmacy is staring at you in the mirror, and that is you. Your body is an incredible miracle of all these incredible cellular expressions, millions of them every day. And that is a gift that we do not appreciate. And once you start to appreciate, you'll be interested in it. And once you're interested in it, you'll learn about it. Once you learn about it, then you'll be able to apply it. And that's when the quality of life really steps in.
I know so many of my clients, they'll start on a cleanse program and they'll say, Sara, it's really weird. I'm getting rid of the toxic people in my life. And it's because it is a cleansing, physical, mental, and spiritual. And what people don't realize is that their emotions are held in their organs. When you start stirring up, doing a liver flush cleanse, you might start experiencing some old anger and frustrations because you're stirring things up before they're released. And so I love the way you talk about mental, spiritual, and physical all in one. There are so many unsafe detoxes and cleanses, juice cleanses. I always love January 1st, everyone's got their green drinks in their hands, right? And they're starving. The medical mediums out there. I remember when the celery juice thing was really popular. You go to the market and you couldn't buy celery because it was, and I'm sitting there going, I just want celery to put a little dip on and actually eat it. So let's talk about the unsafe detoxes that are out there and what you've seen.
So the unsafe ones, there's a lot of them, right? So anything that's claiming something extraordinary with minimal effort, don't be sold that bill of goods. If it's claiming something that's going to be life-changing and incredible, life-changing takes a process, takes time. It's consistency. Anything that's going to promise you instant gratification is a sales pitch, and it's going to probably do more harm than good. If you really want to help yourself, you want to do the things that go over time, that are a little slower, a little more methodical. The cleanses that hurt you are the extreme ones. Anything where it pushes the needle one way or the other, you don't necessarily want to go that route, because life is about balance. It's about the thing that you're going to succeed with is the thing that you're going to do. So if you're going to go nuts for 30 days on some wacko cleanse and kill your body from, it's a new stress. It might be a good, healthy thing that you're ingesting, but it's a new stress on the body that your body's not prepared for, doesn't want, and you will not get the benefits that you're seeking trying to traumatize your body by fitting a circle into a square with this new, incredible, miraculous cleanse that is not going to work. Those types of cleanses, those types of claims, those types of extreme protocols, they're not realistic. They're a waste of time, waste of money, do more harm than good.
And I want to emphasize the fact that the stress is going to cause thyroid issues. It's going to cause an increase in teeth a reverse T3. It's going to put your body into survival mode where your metabolism slows down. And let's not kid anybody. Most people doing a detox or a cleanse are wanting weight loss. It is going to backfire, and the body, what does it do in survival mode? We are going to be attacked by a tiger. We need to put fat weight on to protect us, to protect our organs, right? So it's going to backfire. You might lose a little water weight for a couple days, but then that weight's going to come on and it's going to bring some friends with it. And
if you don't feed your body, then it's going to go into a starvation mode, because it's going to ask you, it's going to go, Sarah, okay, this is great. Thanks for the cleanse. I love it. However, am I going to eat again anytime soon? Because I don't trust you at this point. And whatever fat's in my body, I'm going to hold on to just in case, because I need to be able to breathe. My heartbeat needs to beat, and I need to be able to see. So that survival mode you're talking about is straight on gospel truth, because you cannot take away all the things that your body's been used to for so long and then expect this significant change. Your body's a lot smarter than you think it is, and it will go into that survival mode. It will go into that primal instinctual way to maintain its own integrity at a cellular level. And whatever goals you think you're getting, you're not. You're doing way more damage than good.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk about your lemon cleanse.
Sure.
Is this something that people can be taking daily, day in and day out? Is it something that you just do once in a while? What is in it? How does it work? And where does it fit into what we're talking about here?
So lemon cleanse for me, it's as we're talking extreme cleanses, Stanley Burroughs. Remember the master cleanse? We all have probably done it. Fantastic, innovative, cutting edge, insane. Like it's too much. 30 days, like with water. And I mean, so I tried to build on something about 25, 30 years ago that I thought there was something there. I thought, wow, he's really onto something. But again, it's just the needle's pushed too far. So what I want to do is incorporate a cleanse that's going to really do the house cleaning that we spoke of earlier. It's going to take, you have these little things in your gut called villi. It's little like fingers, and the food particles just kind of travel, and their motility gets them to go all the way down so that you can use them and metabolize them and then excrete them. So over time, you get one of two things: blockages or leaks. Everybody's familiar with leaky gut, and so many of us have it for so many different reasons. So the lemon cleanse that I wanted to create, coupled with a proper nutrition component where you're still feeding your body, the lemon cleanse you'll take twice a day, once before lunch, once after. I just keep it really simple. It's lemon, it's cayenne, it's a little flax, and a lot of water. In addition to a meal plan, and the plan, it's very broad. The plan is not a diet, because if you choose to diet, you're going to cut off that tea and you're going to die at the end of the day. The lifestyle that you need is the one that you're going to learn, so that you're going to actually implement this into your lifestyle nutritional plan so you can be successful with it. And it's not going to take a week, a month. It's something I want you to do regularly. You could do it for months, because we have, you're 47, you said, and you look like you're like 25. So let's say you're 25. You have 25 years on this frame. It has 25 years of stress. You work out, you look great. So you put your body through the ringer to look this way, and you've done everything correctly. But there's still those stresses. So there's still room to clear out some of these things that expedite and make you healthier. So these cleanses, the safe ones, the lemon cleanse, these cleanses slowly take away these free radicals, the oxidative stress, the particles blocking these channels of motility in your gastrointestinal system where you're going to be absorbing nutrients. Because how do you utilize the nutrients if you can't absorb them? How do you utilize these metabolites if they're leaking in to your system? If you have here's the thing with leaky gut, which so many people have. This is such a huge problem. If you have a leaky gut, it goes both ways. Things are going out and things that shouldn't be. and things are coming in that shouldn't be. So you've got a pH and an alkalinity and an acidity that needs to be perfect for a bacterial balance. And it's not going to be that way if you have these problems. If you have the leaky gut, if you have the blockages, you need a healthy small intestine, stomach line, all balanced with the proper pH, so that all these foods and all these great things that you're going to go buy and you're going to go do are going to actually be utilized as fuel. Food is fuel at the end of the day. And something I like with regards to like what to eat and how to eat and steadfast rule. If it can last on the shelf for 30 days, there is no way you're going to eat it and metabolize it in 3 hours. Impossible. It's just not going to happen. If it comes out of a box and it came from Singapore or Mexico or China or wherever, you're not going to be able to eat it. When you'll be able to eat it, you're just not going to be able to use it. It's a complete waste of calories, complete waste of time, and it's doing more harm than good.
Absolutely. I mean, I always say that it doesn't matter if you're talking to a practitioner that is promoting keto or paleo or veganism. I think everybody agrees that processed foods, seed oils, sugars, refined sugars are not good for you. I'd rather you eat a whole sweet potato than a keto protein bar, right? I mean,
100%. Yes.
Let's get rid of the packaged foods. Let's go back to eating what nature intended. So what does the diet and the exercise program look like to support someone's healthy lifestyle? So here we are, we're now in 2023. The burdening of the environmental toxins, the food supply are at a level that we've never seen before. There is, as I tell my kids and my husband, who are constantly saying, why do we have to do all of this? It's because the threat is so big. What are the top hacks that you live by and that you tell your clients to live by?
You need to move your body. You need to buy fresh. You can't go to these big box stores and get healthy foods. You just can't do it. Every aisle is designed to kill you. I mean, at the end of the day, I hate to be so harsh. And it used to be like, well, on the edge of each store, that's where the healthy stuff is because it's harder to get to. Sorry. You need to get out of your comfort zone, go walk a farmer's market, get to know the farmers, and pick things that they're telling you are fresh, that they just got. And the eggs that they make, the eggs that their chickens make, they don't look like the eggs you're buying in the store. The vegetables that they're growing. Okay, someone in my office brought in watermelon the other day. I'm sorry, it's March. I look at them, I go, are you insane? And they're like, what are you talking about? This is great. It tastes fantastic. I go, what month is watermelon supposed to be available in? And they're like, year round. I go, no, absolutely not. It's a summer fruit. Like it should not even be here. And I don't care if it came from Mexico and it tastes good and it was a warm climate down there because they've obviously sprayed it with something, put something to preserve it, trucked it up here. And now I'm eating it. You're corn, like whatever is in season, you should be eating, and whatever is out of season should not even be available to you. That is a no-brainer. And if you go to these local farm to markets, the local farmer cannot grow things that are not in season. It is impossible for their operation to manipulate Mother Nature and try to confuse it so that it thinks it's a different season and create this genetic new food that looks like it should, tastes like it should, but when it hits your body, it's not the right stuff. It's not the right nutrients. It's a genetically modified monster that you're ingesting. You're choosing to buy, you're putting in your body, and you're expecting a result. And it's just a waste of time all the way.
Yes, I 1,000%. And I get my meat from these ranches now that are selling direct to consumer around the country. They're local, they're grass-fed, grass-finished, they're family-owned. The shipping is not expensive, guys. It's rivaling the prices of local market, and you're getting this quality in these animals that are actually cared for and loved during the process. And you feel it. You feel the difference when you eat these meats. You know, heart disease isn't caused by beef. It's caused by the buns at McDonald's around the beef with the milkshake, with the fries. They don't tell you that in the studies, right? And so it's the quality of the food, where it's coming from, where it's grown. It's all connected.
How it's raised, and the loving part too. Like a buddy of mine had a security company, and I got to go on a little field trip with him one time. He did one of the farms in downtown Los Angeles for chickens. Yes, farm for chicken downtown. Go figure. So I go in there and I'm looking around, and I've got a pretty strong stomach. I've seen a lot. You know, I've done it. I've been in all sorts of different scenarios with bodies and whatnot. I'm looking at these chickens. I felt sick. They were stacked on top of each other, defecating all the way down. So if you were on the bottom, you were getting hit by probably 20 chickens above you. This big, not walking, not big enough to move around in the cage because there were so many chickens just smashed in there. And I'm looking at this going like, holy crap, this is stuff that we're, and at the time I was eating, and this was about 15, 20 years ago. And I looked at it, I'm like, no more. I want things that are actually eating what they should be eating. I don't want my chickens being injected with things to make them bigger so that they can charge me more at the grocery store for it. I don't want my chickens being like mentally frustrated and just, not that chickens have a personality, but I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I feel all animals do.
Well, they're stressed, and we know what stress does to our bodies, so it's not any different to them.
So if that gets into their meat, then that meat's the meat going to my body, and what's going to happen to me?
Absolutely. Well, Tim, I can't believe we're almost at the end. Where can people find you, and what other services does Pacifica Wellness provide? Because you've got a lot of fun things going on there.
I'm in Costa Mesa, California. You can get me on pacificawellness.com, or my Instagram is Dr. Tim, DRTIM. I'm a little slow with the messages. I'm a great texter, so let's get a hold of my phone number. I'm in. But the things that happen at Pacifica Wellness, you walk in, I look at you, you're going to tell me your goals. I'm going to tell you what I think you need. We're going to meet halfway in the middle, and it's going to be nutritional. It's going to be muscular sequencing. It's going to be neurological firing patterns. It's going to be nutrition. It's going to be therapeutic, going to reduce the stress on your body, create a stable, strong body through functional medicine, remove the pain and create the function, take away the stress and bring in the peace. Basically, you walk into my office, you write down what you want to do, and then we take that times 10. Quality of life, every day, all day.
I love it. And you have been in business for way too long for your method not to be working for people. So thank you so much. And awesome. I love always connecting with other people in this world that are supportive, but doing all these things to reach that optimal health with the growth mindset, always willing to learn. And you're just like I am, as far as the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know, and the more I'm hungry to learn. You'll hear from my kids and my husband that if I could work 24/7, I would, because
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. The biohacking has just begun.
Absolutely. That's what gets so fun. So thanks again, Tim. And we will definitely have a link to your website and to you in the show notes. And you guys check Dr. Tim out on social media as well. Definitely someone to follow. So thank you again, Tim.
You are the absolute best. Thank you.
Well, we're going to continue on with as we're talking about the importance of detoxing. I wanted to give you some additional tools to enhance the results and make it easier on you, not making you starving, not stressing the body, taking the stress out of the body. And so, a couple top supplements that can do that. And you hear me talk about it all the time: acceleradine iodine. Why? Well, it is increasing that ATP production and the mitochondrial health. So the mitochondria is your powerhouses of the cell. Well, they could have 2 ATP or they could have hundreds of ATP, and that ATP is your energy. It is not the energy from the caffeine from your coffee or your Monster drink. It's the energy in your brain and your body that is going to increase its ability to fight off infections, to go run that marathon, to go do the work at your work, to get you out of that afternoon fatigue, whatever it is. When the mitochondrial health improves, the anti-aging mechanisms become engaged, the immune system strengthens, the metabolism improves, and then, of course, the fat burning increases. And most of you are looking for fat burning, that unexplained weight gain that everyone has been experiencing in the last couple of years, partly is because of your thyroid being suboptimal. So we are all experiencing hypothyroidism or a form of Hashimoto's, and the iodine from the acceleradine is helping detox the thyroid at the same time as feeding it the proper iodine. When you don't have enough iodine in your cells, not just all 100 trillion cells of the body, but and in the thyroid, then those cells are going to accept the bromide, the chlorine, the fluoride that you're getting in from your water, from your toothpaste, from the environmental toxins. They go just find those little receptor sites and say, oh, I'm going to have a little home right here. Well, guess what area of the body has more thyroid or iodine receptor sites than the thyroid? The breast tissue. So when we're looking at breast cancers, the breast tissue has 4 times the amount of thyroid or iodine receptor sites than the thyroid. So when we start supplementing with enough iodine from the acceleradine, you are detoxing those cells from the halogens, from the toxins, and from the bad estrogens, and feeding it the iodine that it needs. It also supports optimal thyroid health, reverses the hypothyroidism. I've seen many of my clients say that they've been able to get off their medication. It helps reverse metabolic diseases that typically block the weight loss goals. And the thyroid's the master endocrine gland controlling the adrenals, the gonads, and more. So if you are low in testosterone, or you're now entering menopause and you have these hormonal imbalances that you just aren't liking anymore, that acceleradine is going to help detox the bad estrogens, boost the proper hormones in the body where you need them. The acceleradine is also able to detox the brain of toxins like fluoride and improving the mood and cognitive function. Most people are suffering from anxiety and depression. Most people. You tell me if you don't know anyone that isn't. And the acceleradine is detoxing the pineal gland from those toxins and feeding it the right iodine, and then your brain wakes up. And then you actually feel a lift in your mood, and you actually get rid of the toxic people in your life. Furthermore, the acceleradine is also antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, antibacterial, and more. It controls the pathogens that can inhibit your weight loss goals or your detoxification, and it gives you great energy as you're doing it. You're not feeling any detox side effects. It also helps with apoptosis, and apoptosis is the destruction of diseased and weak cells. What people don't understand is that cancer cells are actually the weak cells in the body. They're not the strong cells. If your body's strong, your immune system's strong, it takes care of the cancer cells. Well, apoptosis is only triggered by oxygen and by iodine. And that apoptosis is the destruction of diseased and weak cells. Then you add in the accelerated keto. This is a game changer for people because it helps you flip into fat burning mode. And why is that important? Well, then I don't crave the sugar and the carbs. I can now intermittent fast. And that intermittent fasting period tells the body, okay, I have time because I'm not digesting food right now. I have time to go after all of the cleanup that I need to do, cleaning out that closet that Dr. Tim and I were talking about. And it reduces the inflammation throughout the body that is causing some of the disease. And with being in fat burning mode, you also say to yourself, I'm not hungry. I don't crave that sugar, the processed foods. When I am hungry, I'm craving that wild animal protein or that good sourced local fruits and vegetables that he was talking about. It helps with the accelerated keto, helps improve the mental focus, increase that ATP production by 5 to 10 times, whereas the acceleradine is increasing ATP by 18 times. So you do the math, it goes up exponentially. So you're feeling good, you're feeling this great energy as you're detoxing. You're not going through any side effects, and your body's not stressed because it knows it's going to be fed. You're not on a low calorie diet. You're going to be eating nutritious food that is nutrient dense, that is telling your brain, okay, I've got enough nutrients. I don't need to keep eating, right? It also provides energy for the muscles in the brain so that you can go work out. You can go do all the things you need to do. You're not stressed. Your body's not in that survival mode. And you have a metabolic shift away from glucose dependence. As we know, insulin resistance and oxidative stress are the aging factors that we need to look out for. We are all, I should say, 9 out of 10 of you listening are either insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, or diabetic. We need to get off of the glucose dependence, and this helps shift you away from from needing that glucose and craving those sugars for energy. So there's some other ingredients in the accelerated keto that help with defatting the liver, breaking down the visceral fat. Those are the fats that are really dangerous to our metabolic health, and some other ingredients that help spark the fire to increase the energy and the ketones even more. It's almost like a double source of ketones. Then when you combine it with Cogniblast, which is a new brain enhancement product, increases mental focus, energy, and memory in the short term, protects the brain from memory issues and Alzheimer's, dementia in the long term. It increases ATP production, but what it does, you feel good. So you feel good as you're detoxing, as you're sleeping better, as you're approaching your relationships in life, as you're working out and approaching your work. All of these things are connected. Add in the accelerated detox powder that soaks up the toxins that are slowing you down, so your body is able to detox much more quickly. And when you then add in the liver flush 4 times a year, which I've now updated, so much easier to do. So, my kids do it, my family members do it, and believe me, if it wasn't easy, they would not be doing it. So all of these things I talk about are on the website, sarabantahealth.com. I go through all of my dietary supplements and the protocols and the foods to stay away from as well. So you can check me out on the website, sarabantahealth.com. Thanks for joining me today. Check out Dr. Tim. If I can help you with your health issues, you can contact me directly and I can put a protocol together for you. Join the free group coaching on Telegram with the link below. I teach you on a daily basis with tips and tools to enhance your health, and you will be a part of that like-minded group to support you on your journey in addition to truly taking control of your health. If you like what you heard today, please hit the subscribe button and share with a few of your friends who may need my help, and join us every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific. And you can find those supplements and the podcast at sarabantahealth.com. Use coupon WELCOME10 for 10% off site-wide. Thanks again for joining us here on Accelerated Health TV and Radio Show, and have a great week.